Chapter 4 is called Time Management. Peter Pan never had it so good. And when you really think about time management, I want you to shift your thoughts about what it means to manage your time because time is something that doesn't really change. So instead of thinking of time as being something that is managed, it's better to think of self management. How are you going to manage yourself within the 24 hours that exist in each day? Here are the objectives you should master by the end of this chapter. So, in a nationwide survey by college freshmen, they were asked what was the one thing they needed the most help with, the thing that they were most overwhelmed with being in college. And the overwhelming answer was time management. So I really want you to understand that if it's something you struggle with, it's something that many people struggle with, and we just need to figure out a way so that it's a non-issue. So this idea of self-management is how do you manage yourself and the behaviors you engage in within the constructs and constraints of time. There are 24 hours in a day. You have to manage yourself in those 24 hours because those 24 hours don't change. There are some things called the ABCs of self management, which are 5 steps to help you better manage your time and yourself. Determine what to manage, prioritize the list, rewrite the list, work your A's off, and defend your schedule. So before you can even start to think about time management, you have to know what is it that you need to manage? Like what are all the things you have to do within a day? You could do this on a sticky note, on a sheet of paper, you could do it on a Google Doc, you could do it in a planner. You just need to write down all of the things you need to do. And I know sometimes students will say, I don't need to write it down. But the truth is, we are all fallible humans. We're all subject to making mistakes. And if we don't write things down, it's easy to forget them. Then after you've created your list, you then need to prioritize the list. So you need to look at the things that you say you need to do and figure out what's most important. So let's take a look at this idea. So Alan Lincoln in 1973 created the ABCs of self-management. And these ABCs of self-management are a way of prioritizing our day. So within this ABC method, there are A items. Those are things that must absolutely be done today. So A, absolutely have to do them today. B items are things that are important but don't necessarily have to be done today. And C items is anything else on the list that needs to be done, but there's maybe no time limit on it. So after you've figured out your list and then you work off and then you prioritize things based on ABC, you can work your A's off. That means you need to make sure within that day you concentrate on taking care of every A item that's on your list. Don't worry about the B items. Don't worry about the C items. Get those A items done first. And then after that happens, then you can complete your B and C items. You also need to defend your schedule. That means you need to protect your time. Don't let anything stop you from accomplishing what's on your list. So that means if a friend calls and says, hey, you want to play this video game or you want to go to the mall, you have to say to them, no, I'm sorry. I have some things I need to do. Give me an hour or two, and then perhaps I can do that. So it's not that you can't have fun, but it's that you have to protect your time. And that is everything that you need to know about self management or time management.